Hi, hello, and welcome to the demo of Titanium Court by AP Thompson. I don't really know what this game is. I got an email from fellow traveler, and I love pretty much a lot of things that they've published. So when fellow traveler asks you, "Hey, do you want to like play this weird little game?" You say yes. So let's just dive into it. I don't know what I'm in for. It can only be fun. This is supposed to be kind of, I guess, surreal and a strange little guy. So that's all I got. Uh, a man steps onto stage and taps a microphone. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to unexpected circumstances, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo erupt from the audience. Now, there's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse and I can guarantee that she'll impress you. She may not have had time to memorize any of her lines, but well, neither have any of you. The audience laughs. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. Obscenity? I've definitely said this word out loud before. But before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. This stage is enchanted such that the obscenities can only be heard by those of sufficient emotional maturity to handle hearing them. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. They are working on it as I speak, so it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script, or the performers attempting to perform it? Now, this is like a writing nightmare. I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoy the game. Where should you start? You were walking through the woods. Sure. When the world around you shattered. Oh, oh, oh. This was both alarming and inconvenient. Love this line. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. Oh. It's a match 3! Your eyes followed trees and hills collapsing in lines of 3, as if the forests you knew were a knot becoming carefully untangled. Ah, amazing. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered in anticipation of shattering further. I'm gonna move. I moved so good. You passed the time this way for who knows how long. I'm gonna keep trying. Yeah. Is this just basically, here's how to match 3? Because I love that. Until the court slid into view. At first, you weren't sure you could trust your eyes. But there it was, a great, shining structure among the roiling landscape, something stable and enclosed, a shelter. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Okay. Let's try to... Okay. Surprisingly, the court appeared able to move freely through the broken landscape, disregarding lines of 3 as it approached your position. Oh, so I can just do whatever with that? Hell yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, that's fun, because then it changes the dynamic of the match 3 stuff. And you can kind of use it to put some elements in a row for you. That's delightful. That's supposed to move towards me, though. I just got distracted by being able to match 3. And just as it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. Good alliteration. With little warning, the forest snapped back together as if someone had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Good simile. God, this writing was great. Except by now it wasn't the forest you knew. It was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. Oh. A.P. Thompson presents. Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall. An empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. Sound plan, except the hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. The young men seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. The weather, how you found the meal, the role of the individual in a society, how you preferred to make your bed, those sorts of subjects. Eventually, he inquired about how you came to arrive at the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? You admit there is a bit more, though you have yet to make sense of it. The people within the court are earnest but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers, but your whereabouts and the strange circumstances outside, even, except they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out where you are. A man resting in the shade of the wall. Let's talk. Said the man. Whoa, pal, before you ask me any more questions, you gotta know my deal. My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. So as to where you are, no can do. Sorry, can't tell you. But what are we doing? Oh man, we're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looks to both sides and said, so let me know if you see her. Just don't ask me where she is. Next you. Hold on. Are you seriously going to tell me about every individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Yes. Yes, you are. Because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of these people played a part in what happened next. Fine. Let's find out where you are. A woman in a helmet doing her taxes at a picnic table. Why not? Said the woman. I would love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestured at a stack of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true now that the tide has come in. You attempted another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Perhaps she could at least tell you the name of this place. Oh, we just call it the court. Its full name is like the court of... It's not Thorns and Roses. Oh, that's like that ACOTAR book. I forget. Something like the court of aluminum, but it starts with a T. Titanium, maybe? The titanium court, even? You know? The name of this game? It's fine. The court of tungsten? I don't know. Maybe. I'm new here and I'm bad with names, but at least I can give you mine. I'm Robin. Hi, Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should try to sort this out before the tide settles in. The tide sounds ominous. A pair in front of a blackboard discussing magic. The text was wavy, so you know, magic. There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. I love studying. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. So, okay. First, you take a metaphor, and then you stretch it really thin, right? Right. Oh my God. Okay. As an English lit undergrad right now, doing a lot of homework on metaphor. This is at the writer. You good? You good, buddy? Anyway. Like really thin. So thin you forget its original purpose. And then you inflate it. Right. Just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that. Then as it's inflating, you twist it like, hang on, like so. You still following? I think so. And hold on. Ta-da! There. It now resembles a dog, a delight for children and such. Ah, okay. So What happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. They seem a bit busy and you left them to it. I didn't need to know. A small cat bathing in the sun atop the walls. Let's go. Gotta pet the cat. Said a small cat. Meow. Your questions are numerous, but inconsequential, for they miss the current crisis. Meow. What crisis? Why, the crisis wherein my dinner is late. It is so late, in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I invented in a fugue of hunger. All other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plight. Please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff? A woman laughed behind you. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice a day already. So, shout out to all the cat owners and my cat, who definitely also pulls this. So what now? What did the outside of the court look like from atop the walls? Let's look. Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you moved to the top of the walls and looked outward. Perhaps there was something you could see from this vantage that would shed more light on your situation. To the contrary, conditions outside the wall were even stranger than they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape had now melted away. The court stood alone amid a void. But not for long. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. It's the tide. Much of the new topography was familiar to you. You could identify fields, water, woods, and hills. Which, like, the little, trying to describe the little icons for someone not, like, looking at this directly is going to be very fun. Fields are, like, just three little looking, like, F's with an extra prong. Waters are just, like, little tildes. Woods are just, like, three little green spears. And then hills looks like, honestly, just like a lump with a little butt cheek. There you go. That's Val's very inventive descriptions. But there was something else to see. A menacing group of other courts were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing these other courts. They were like red. Someone shouted, "The war! The war! The war is here!" Someone else, "That can't be. Puck said no wars until we find the queen." Then perhaps he should explain that to them, the other court. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides and bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. A man stepped forward and offered the first prayer. "I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray they would fade into obscurity." Aha. Wow, I didn't expect that to work, but thanks. A woman named Robin offered the next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is much better spent steering the court. Remember, there's soldiers, the little red guys, cannot cross water. We should try to take shelter behind a moat until the tide comes in. Okay. I feel like that brought me closer, not further. There. Now that river protects us from nearly half of the field. Hills should also slow their advance, so for my next prayer. But the next prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belonged to the cat. Wow. So long as we are making demands of God, then my wish, as ever, is to be fed. Oh. That actually did something. Psst, hey. You probably didn't notice, but something just happened over here. I sure didn't notice that. Thank you to the tooltips and the tutorial for knowing I have ADHD. What happened is, by matching fields, the court has just acquired more food. We need food? Similarly, other parts of the battlefield can be matched to earn whatever those symbols are. I'm assuming foods. None of those fairies in the court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. But I am a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. You're welcome. Yes, more of that, please. Okay. More food for you. Hell yeah. Robin then bemoaned the loss of the moat. And we face even more of the enemy than before. Why must I bother? The scholars at the blackboard now chimed in. We've identified the most strategically sound location. This spot right here. If we just steer over there carefully, we should be fine. Sitting pretty. But Robin interjected. Stop! Look at the clock. It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move. Hello again. So the clock and time left Robin alludes to is in fact this unassuming progress bar at the edge of your vision. Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. Oh my god, so real. If we only have one prayer left, what do you suggest we ask for? We might as well pray for a miracle. Well, that's a start. Apologies, but another explanation. For me, your humble tooltip is in order. The previous move chained multiple matches together. Because of this, you've earned some bonus time. For the fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever that was? But there was no such chance. The next prayer would be the last one. Incidentally, the next prayer also belonged to you. Unsure of what any of this really meant, you imitated the people around you and made a pointless decision. Ah, cool. If I can move anywhere, I'll move down. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone! Oh, windows were shuttered, doors were slammed, large swaths of people emerged from further inside and formed a line near the gates. A tap on your shoulder. One of the scholars. We could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. What is happening? This game is so strange. Along with the scholars introduced you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through a large pile of costumes, props, and weapons. Check the tag on that, would you? Make sure I can put it together properly. Or put it together properly. Click and hold. Hold. Click and hold. Okay, I'm holding. What am I? If it looks correct, feel free to hand it out. I don't know what I did there, actually. Click to use. You handed the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of a battle, they whistled as they marched out the front gate. Oh. Now, do it again. Deploy another farmer. Now, see if this one fits anybody. Click and hold. 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 Soldier offensive fairy attacks the enemy. Click to use. You handed a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person in line. She tested the weight of a weapon in her hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm just planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. That seems legit. After this minimal preparation, the scholars considered their work finished. I'd place our chances of survival somewhere near abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. A small mercy, at least, that the queen isn't here to witness this. And so you waited with the others for the battle to commence. Hello, I must pester you one more time before I take my leave. Observe, this is the undo button. You use it to change your mind as many times as you wish before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. When you are ready to lose, use the play button to proceed to the battle. Now I will leave you in peace. I love the sentient tooltip is actually very good. Thank you for my life. But, okay, well, you didn't leave me, but should you ever desire the company of your loyal tooltip even, all you need to do is click and hold over any button or tile and I will do my best to explain it to you. Alright. Well, soldier, offensive, fairy. Okay, we don't.
Oh.
I mean, why not? Okay. Commence. Oh yeah. This music is so cute. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. That seems bad. Oh. Oh. Okay. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. A man to your right is beside himself with laughter. Okay, so our court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily toppled. Do I have that right? Yes, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Oh, well then, I'm certainly glad I slept through that. As you look at your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense now that you think about it. How did you... Your companion pats your arm. Don't worry about it. If your court didn't withstand physical destruction, if your court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't last 5 minutes within the pull of the tide. But enough of that. It's about time I made some introductions. As you've narrowly avoided learning, this place is called Titanium Court. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of the court. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. One of the scholars, the man named Hop, has approached your table. He appears to have had a drink or two. Or 4. He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial posture. Guess the queen stood us up, huh? Good fellow? Lucky for her. I'd say I'd skip town, too, if I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. But on the plus side, we can continue draining her wine cellar. Now, are you going to help me with that, good fellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly inhales and pinches his nose. What fools these... How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here. I've been speaking to her for the entire feast. I knew it. An excited hush falls over the entire hall. Hop blinks, looks at you, looks at Puck, turns bright red. Oh, I see it now. That calls for Her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. There's no use denying it now. Not after the tale you told me. If you'd like more proof, just take a look at where you're seated. You slowly take in your surroundings. I am truly in the... Yeah, we picked the biggest... Yep. Puck smiles. Now, if I may conclude my introductions, let me introduce the court to your majesty, and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he said, long absent, the Queen of Titanium Court, always a stranger, has arrived. Cheers erupt and dessert is served. Amazing. To your left, Hop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. And about time, too. Good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? And that's Titanium Court! Ah! Chapter 1, a place beloved only of clowns and criminals. Ah! And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. Oh, okay. But you're in charge of the war now, Your Majesty. You should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment, they have taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Ah, good. She remembers quite clearly. High tide, while the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Ooh. Consult the ever-changing map? Let us peer. You don't know what any of this means. I was gonna say, I don't know what any of that means. Cool. Okay. Let's arrange it. Inspect your available units. Armor. Soldier. Okay. I guess we're just doing this. This is a matching game at its core, I think. Hold on. Oh wait, that moves the drains. Just kidding. I should probably try to get rid of all the enemies. Because I'm running out of moves. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Low tide. Make preparations for the coming battle. I don't want to consult the ever-changing map. It's fine. Okay. Cool. We're gonna do that. We only have like 2 soldiers, but hey. Let's go. What's the worst that could happen? This music is kind of amazing. Is that a home run? Go, buddies. Make all that food. Destroy those cords. Maybe we're not so bad at this. Hell yeah. We're doing great. And game. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. It would be our pleasure if you could show us the way. Also, that was only one battle. There are many more to come, if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide as we have been all along. Convenient. Cool. Oh, high tide. All right. Get rid of these boys. I don't want them. They're bad. Yes. Haha. Let me get these matching sets going. Oh, there's so many enemies. Oh my gosh. I'm in so much danger, I think. I don't know what that is. I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna get our butt kicked. This. Take a look inside the sword. Stake. My brain did not read any of those words correctly. Hold on. Take a look inside the storage unit. You were quite curious about what you might find inside the storage unit, but it's locked. Okay, well, I tried. Alright. We got some soldiers, we got some farmers. Oh yeah. Go, little guys, go. Oh no, they're gonna start attacking. Why are we going that way? Oh no. Maybe good, actually? Maybe we're fine. Yeah. Beat him up. Stop. Amazing. We're doing great. Okay, when we continue doing this. Alright. Let's see. This music is actually very soothing. Yeah, it's a match. That's another. Oh, this is all bad, it feels like. That doesn't feel good to me. Oh, there we go. That feels a little better. Kinda. Oh, okay, wow. I only have 2 little guys. This is bad. Okay, well. I'm sure it'll be fine. I fear I might not win this one. Oh yeah. Go for it. Go, little guys. Oh no. Oh no. Go. Timer run out. Timer run out. Hell yeah. Safe. Whew. A menacing birdcage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. Obviously, yes, I would. Hold on. Robin has notes on how the bird cage behaves in battle. Right, so here's what my notes say. First, at the start of low tide, the bird cage will flood its surroundings with water. Following that, the bird cage will attack the court with birds. Fighting it may prove tricky. If it's always surrounded by water, the court soldiers will be unable to reach it. You agree. You wonder if there's another approach the court could take. Either way, you thank Robin for the information. Okay. Wait, aren't some of those enemy courts empty? You've noticed a subtle difference between some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While many enemy courts have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are also plenty of them that appear to be completely empty. You think you can maybe assume that these empty courts will not attack the court. These empty enemies will not attack the court during the coming battle. Yes, you can assume that. Additionally, you can see when enemy soldiers will attack the court over here on the timeline. I did notice that. Even soldiers might be no threat if you can deal with their courts before they attack. Okay. Okay. Oh no. I'm not sure how to deal with the birdcage if we're being completely real. Your Majesty, look, there is a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. Okay. I don't like the birdcage feels scary. I don't know what to do with it. Oh no, I erased the treasure! Damn. Okay, there's still treasure there though. Okay. The game's like, sure. Oh, that was so much. Okay. I need to get rid of all that water. I don't love that. That feels, I don't know how to get rid of it. Need more food maybe? I feel I have not done a great job of dealing with this. As low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. I gather all manner of trinkets, treasures, trifles, and toys. Yes. The selections of goods are yours for the taking. Get all. Yours, all yours. These chests are empty. It is now safe to shut them. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh my god, that birdcage is so bad. Oh, also a flying unit. Bird, offensive wing fairy, unhindered by terrain. Gunboat, offensive rock, attacks the enemy via water. Ooh. I want that. Sidestep, working spell, move in any direction so long as it is horizontal. I think I will put out soldiers. And a couple more winged friends since we got a lot of those. I think actually we're gonna be fine. Cool. Alright, this might be overkill. It might not be, I don't know. Uh-huh. Oh. Let's go. Let's go, little guys. Okay, I think we were fine. Hell yeah. Whee! We did great. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, you see if the sign ahead can give you any clues or directions. Dead End. Oh, I know this one. This is a memento mori. I hear they're popular among mortals. This one is quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says Dead End, so any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. In case they forgot? Precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means that you cannot proceed any further. As you say this, a gasp. Her Majesty is right. The court is not facing forward. We've been letting the tide carry us backwards ever since the feast. Okay. Well, in that case, how should you go about correcting that misalignment? The cat responds to this question by falling asleep on your lap. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. Yay! With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Okay. On the next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange not just because it is not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Puck told you any room within the court might be the queen's, so you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath the staircase, a twin-sized bed neighbored by a nightstand and a lamp, a small desk in the corner, no windows. Meanwhile, the bed you awake in is queen-sized and contained within a spacious chamber that opens onto a balcony. Oh. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. Your bed chambers. What shall you do here? Explore. No. Take stock of your possessions. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys. In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys were intended for? A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Okay, we'll explore the court. What should you do in the courtyard? Return to your office? Investigate the dining hall? Or wait, there's a man named Puck. Do you have a lot to say to him? Let's talk to Puck. The man named Puck is just across the courtyard. Perfect. Do you have many things you wish to ask him? Oh. As you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he appeared to retreat the moment he saw your approach. Okay, Puck. Let's return to my office. Your office. What should you do here? Go to war? Man approaches you with a business proposition. Despite your coronation occurring only very recently, it appears that solicitors have already found their way into your office. A little bird told me you're looking for some keys, Your Majesty. Actually, you are looking for your keys. Can you assume he knows their location? Oh, I don't know about those keys. But what I do know is where you can find some more demo keys. Hey, I guess if you want more demo keys, you can go to that QR code. This demo has been very adorable and fun, and I kind of forgot I was playing a demo, if we're being completely honest. Demo keys. That's right, real hot commodity, very exclusive, very hush-hush. As in keys to the demo you're currently playing? You got it. I knew you were quick on the uptake, Your Majesty. Why would you need more demo keys? You're already playing the demo. But are your friends playing it? How about your family, your workplace, your local Girl Scout troop? Think about it. You could start a whole movement here. You could luxuriate in the adulation of your peers. I'm trying for a really bad New Yorker, but I am not getting there. Who doesn't know where your actual keys are? Well, sounds like a no. Very well. You consider his proposal in your own time. Once again, the QR code there. Enjoy this demo. Sure. But if you're interested, you gotta give him the passphrase. The passphrase is 3 billion kids in a trench coat, no spaces. That'll let them know I sent you. So I wouldn't delay if I were you. These things are going fast. Well, there you go. If you also want to play this demo, enjoy that. If you make it this far and also this let's play of this demo, thank you for watching. We're not quite done yet. We're not going to go to war yet. We're going to look out the window though. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard, just out of frame. Oh, hell yeah. Ah, good dogs. Oh, good catch, good air. Neat. Okay, we're gonna explore the court some more because I think there was a dining hall. Yeah, investigate the dining hall. What should I do here? Grab some breakfast. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then seek a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way near an exit, ideally hidden. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you've finished a bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers have arrived with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, a man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You get 10 food. Yay! Alright. Don't think I can do anything else. It's getting late. You should see to the business of the day. Okay, let's go to war. Go to war once more? Yes. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, please feel free to adjust the thermostat. The thermostat? Maybe make things a little easier on yourself. Ooh, plus comfort, make the market transaction limit by 5. Wait, hold on. Plus one, start with an extra. I want more comfort. Start with an extra. Okay. Start with basic income of 2. Can I apply all of these? How can I? Start with the ability to produce lumberjacks, increase the market transaction limit. I think whatever that is, we'll do that. Proceed at max comfort level. Yes. I don't really quite know what that meant, but okay. So can you be certain that the court is facing the correct direction this time? Of course, Your Majesty. Observe that the sun is now rising rather than setting. Okay, I guess. Very well. Do you suppose you'll attempt to reach those signs again, although you doubt you'll find anything useful? Okay. High tide. Well, the field is broken. Okay. Let's go. What's this? The chest will be yours to open. Okay, chest. Heard. I probably should get more food. I feel like that helps. I also like to play games on very easy modes, so I kind of like that that's an option to be like, hey, do you just want to vibe? Oh no, I'm getting rid of so many chests. Okay. This is a fun kind of added wrinkle of, you might be able to play that tile, but do you want to? Because there might be a treasure chest there. Like this, I don't want to, okay. But the score. Music is very soothing, also, and kind of distractingly good. And relaxing. Do that. Alright. Gather all the trinkets. Yeah. Get all. I don't know what that did. Alright. Let's fight. We're gonna produce all the little guys we can. And then some armor. We maybe don't need that many. Okay. Yes, come in. Go, little guys, go. I think we're killing it. I think I'm fine. Probably. Hell yeah. Okay. Game is definitely kind of letting me go on my own now, which is not bad. I'm just also like, yeah. A tap on your shoulder, Robin points to a building in the distance. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should strongly consider stocking up on supplies. Of course, that is only if it stays in view. If it disappears before low tide, we'll have to wait until we pass another one. Okay. Let's check the shop. You call into the shop to learn about what they have for sale. However, before you can proceed, the voice on the line stops you and asks if you understand how money works. Do you understand how money works? No. You thought you understood a lot of things before your world shattered, and now you might as well understand nothing. Whoa, I don't need your life story, ma'am. I just gotta make sure you know where money comes from. Let me explain. First thing you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. You're probably getting stuff like those little icons randomly during high tide, right? Well, that's not gonna work for money. Instead, you earn money by doing your job. What is this capitalism fairyland? You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job. Oh, come on. I have caller ID, you know. I know you're a fancy fairy queen of a fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. Oh, anyway, fairy queens usually earn money by defeating their enemy on the battlefield. How? Just knock down those enemy courts and money will pop out. How? That's fine. Oh yeah, you also get money by selling stuff, maybe to us, but doing your job is a surefire method. Ooh, now that I've given you the talk, how about I tell you what we have for sale? We're closed during high tide, but here's what we would have for sale if we were open. What is this? A trade at marketplace? I don't know what that is. Oh, a knight. I don't have enough money for that though. Sidestep. I don't know what sidestep does, so we're gonna just buy a bird. Oh there, lady. What part of we're closed during high tide? Okay, fine. We checked it out. We can see what they have. There's a pumpkin. I don't quite know what that's gonna do for me, but there's a pumpkin. Oh no. Oh, bye. Okay. Do they have the same inventory? Oh, they don't. Alright, good to know. I have to be careful about that. Heard. That's a little more difficult. But that's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's exchange goods and services. Defensive rock. A centaur archer. Offensive area attacks enemy courts from a distance. Bested by mountains. Let's buy one, I guess. An archer. I guess we'll buy one. Defensive rock takes damage in place of your court. Alright. I don't know that I need to do this for every little encounter, but I don't really know what I'm doing as established. Okay. Commence battle. I think we'll be fine. Most of these are kind of empty. I think. Maybe they aren't. Hell yeah. What's with the pumpkin? I haven't figured that out. Fine though. Oh no! A castle. Oh, it's fine. And stop. We took a little damage, but it's fine. Alright, new. Is that a billboard in the middle of the battlefield? It's true. There appears to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law, not a law billboard. Says Robin. That thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to be sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. Okay. No. Let's just go. We're just gonna do our best. What's this? Market for bids, trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecast to predict the future. Okay, that's good enough. I'm coming up about the hour mark on this demo soon, so probably wrap it up soonish. I've been very intrigued by this though. Oh, hell yeah. Aha. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. If I just could do better at this part of the game. I could just continue this part of the game. Ooh, like that. That was very good. Ooh. Also that. And that. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can combo anything. Maybe this. Yeah. Okay, I gotta be a little more intentional with that. Like that. No. Okay, I tried. This is also a really bad situation for me. Trade generic assets at the Temple of the Market. I guess we could sell it. I don't really know. All hail market. Stonks, I guess. I just mostly wanted more money, but I don't have anything to buy with it. So I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, this feels cool and smart. Surrounded by water. Hell yeah, though. But like, we're also surrounded by water, so. Oh no, the billboard. I mean, I think that's fine. Don't go to the billboard. I don't know what it does. I'm scared. They're traversing the butt. I don't think they're gonna make it. Oh, and stop. And now the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Very well, my queen. I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. Okay, what do I do with these? A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Oh. Hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty. I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer you our full support Therefore, we'd like to offer our full support to Titanium Court in your campaign against these stone-throwing trebuchets. Oh, they're catapults. Hello. To start, here's a pro tip, free of charge. Hills will block the projectiles fired by catapults. Just surround your court with hills and you'll be safe. And if that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant use potions that can help you deal with this threat. Give us a call sometime. We'll be happy to help. Click. Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained that I was a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow, rare. Okay. We can't sell potions during high tide, but check out what we have in stock. Okay. Potion of geology can make mountains out of molehills and other terrain. Potion of flood insurance ensures a flood wherever it lands. Statistically, a potion of teleport is the safest way to travel. Interesting. Okay. We don't want to get rid of the mountains, but let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Catapults are bad. Where am I? Okay, I'm here. I'm not at all surrounded by mountains. Yeah, that's not great for me. Okay. Okay, we'll make a mountain. Where would you want it? Okay, look, there are some things we can fundamentally can't change in a mountain's hands are tied. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I don't know that that'll help me fully, but there we go. Oh, and I barely have any soldiers. We're gonna do that. Yeah, okay. Best I can do. I actually don't think I can get to any of these catapults with this mountain right here. I've critically erred. So bad. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it's kind of fun. Even if I am getting my butt handed to me. Aha! Take that, mountain. The little guys they're trying their best. What's fun is this is kind of also turn-based combat. Because there's like a turn order that's happening there. Kind of. The catapults continue their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Okay. Is that fewer? I don't think so. Alright. That feels like so many more. Less catapults, please. Trying to surround myself with mountains and it's not quite panning out for me. I also can just move my court, but there we go. One extra move at least. This is more than before, actually, not less. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay. Oh, and these. All right, this is technically less. I'll give it that. Okay, I do have some defense here. Well, there's a mountain. There's mountains. This is not good. I'm gonna... Yeah, I think that's the best I can do. Let's see how this works. No! Dark it! Hell yeah. I think the mountains are protecting me. No, just kidding. Oh god. Okay. I think I'm fine. I think I'm safe. I have 5 HP. No fear. Stop. Well, we did it. Kind of. Tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. Barely. The threat of the catapults now eliminated. The glass house pulls up next to the court and you receive another phone call. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there is any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. Great. The salesman shows you the map and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one thus far has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was some sort of map. Hey, it kind of is, but it changes every day, so I'd say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle. Within a row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? Yes. No, you don't. You'll figure it out. But importantly, did you know you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No, you didn't know that. Anyway, here's where you're at right now, smack in the middle of the war. To get home, you're first going to have to make it to the end, which is right up here. Oh, good. Before or after the dragon? After, of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Make an exit. Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you gotta consciously leave the path you're on. You know, like you gotta fundamentally change as a person. Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way. Do I ever? Your Majesty, that's our specialty. He sweeps his arm back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads Love Potions. Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay, you take a deep breath. If his love if his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e., forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with his pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. He pulls the potion off the shelf, like this one, full of love for something called baseball. This one is great for beginners. The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this baseball just a bit more than you already did. That's it. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If he also thinks it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Oh, perfect. Come on, put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of the war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. Delightful. All right. Okay. I think it's about the hour mark for me. This demo is a little longer than I thought it would be. It's definitely fascinating. I feel like you have seen a fair bit of the kind of unhinged, surreal, sort of fourth wall breaking, constantly vibes of this one. So I hope you enjoy it. And again, there was a QR code for the demo and the just wish list a titanium court. And yeah, I appreciate being able to look at this one. I'm always in love with Fellow Traveler games, anything that they publish, and I will definitely keep playing this one, but my voice is giving out if I don't run away now. So thank you for watching. Please enjoy the demo, and till next time. Bye.